Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings. As y'all can see in the bottom of the screen, shout out to them. You know, the top rated sports booking app. And we rocks with them in a big time way, man, because they are safe, they are secure, but more importantly, they are reliable. And for all those people that are trying to get into this thing or starting to get into this thing, man, that we like to call sports booking, you know, sports betting and stuff like that, make sure you download the app, DraftKings Sportsbook. And when you download that app, it's going to have a time where you can make your first wager, right? Well, when you're making that first wager of a minimum of $5, if you use the promo code MOATS, you will also receive an additional $200 in free money for your bets. All right. It's a simple concept. Put in 5, use the promo code, get an extra $200. I kind of like that deal, Deke. I don't know about you, but it seems pretty legit to me. All right. But either way, it's a dope concept. Now, I also understand on the contrary that sometimes when we start having a little fun, we overdo it. Sometimes we might create an issue. Maybe even a gambling problem. Might even need some crisis counseling, referral services. I mean, if that is the case.
Yeah.
See, that's a number that you could dial. For my New Yorkers, you got a number you could text. But for the rest of y'all in the room, wherever you're at right now, I want you to listen real closely. I said if you need some services, the number you should call is 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.
Even pulling a first-round pick from a couple years ago like Najee Harris. Now, I don't think he's out there being lethargic and doesn't care or anything. He just doesn't look right. He might still be injured. But he hasn't been performing, and it feels like Jaylen Warren, whenever he's out there, you can see it off the screen. There's a different pop. There's a different flash whenever he's running the ball.
Yeah, it's this weird dynamic with both of them, though, because with Jaylen, he is super explosive, and I do enjoy when I watch him play how decisive he is with the ball. But then I also wonder, just in the sense of, like, when they're attacking Jaylen Warren versus how the defense attacks Najee Harris. They swarm Najee, right? At times, I don't know if they're as eager because, and part of it, I ask myself from a defensive mind state, right? Am I reading the key? Am I just simply saying, hey, when Jaylen Warren's in here, I'm thinking more pass because the demeanor of him,
he's like
small, he's the scat back. So in contrast, defensively, those type of calls you're getting, whereas when Najee's out there, what are you anticipating? Run?
Yeah.
Or play action?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be more aggressive. I'm going to call more run blitzes. I'm going to call more fire zones to get an extra guy down that box to really force his action and make him have to make a cut, make him have to stop his feet. Because once I know he stops his feet, hey, I got him now. So part of me feels like that's also a little bit in play. But yeah, Jaylen Warren still is being more productive. However we want to slice it. So that's the part that's, like I said, I'm not as hard of a stance on Najee just yet because of that. And I do feel like that's what it is happening at times. Because, like you said, it's very predictable right now. And that part does fall back on Matt Canada. But I do think that is also why when we're talking about Najee and we're like, bro, he ain't never hitting it. Why he keep trying to bounce it? You watch some of these players that we're talking about. I'm just like, bro.
Oh, some of those run plays were terrible yesterday.
Yo, where do you want this man to go?
What we're doing, like outside runs?
Yeah.
I'm just literally, there's 5 Bills there versus like we have 2 Steelers.
Just chilling. I'm like, I don't know where y'all want him to do. I don't put your head in there and get 2. That's like I was like, put your head in the ground, just get 2 yards. Just get 3 yards here, I guess. Is that what we looking for? Because
we might have to be doing 60-40 pass. Bro,
like it was not the
because Pickett was showing, man. He's got that accuracy. He can nickel and dime you.
No, he did. But the problem was we didn't get enough of it. And that's the part where we got to see with Canada, because I do understand, man, you don't want your quarterback throwing 52 times, especially your rookie quarterback making his first start. Like, holy heck, we didn't even want 7 throwing 52 times last year, right? I know you did.
It depends on who you ask.
I know you did. The rest of us did not want him throwing that ball 52 times a year ago, okay? So with that is the part where it's kind of like, man, we do have to find some type of balance, some way to maintain balance, because otherwise you're going to put Kenny in harm's way. It was still some reasons where Kenny had missed. And it's like, yeah, when you're asking him to throw it 52 times, the likelihood of him having more misses, the likelihood of him having more bad stuff happen, it shows up. Whereas if you're asking him to throw it 30 times, or even 25 times, it's just, you're minimizing his exposure for negativity. Yesterday, it couldn't be like that, but part of that was because of how out of hand the game got as well, man. It's hard to just say, hey, we're gonna be balanced to run the ball when you're down 2-3 scores, and you know the Bills are still coming out there trying to score every time. Like, that's the kind of the dilemma that you get stuck in, so to speak. But yeah, man, we gotta find some more balance with this run game.